I speak negatively against a black man that I feel is true, even if it's negative, but it's true, am I cooning? Is that what cooning is?
If you're doing it for the world to see and get enjoyment out of it, yes. Because
Okay.
white people are sitting back, racist white people. Racist white people are sitting back and laughing. Because that's, I mean, not to just take it too off subject, but when you go back in slavery days, they put black people, dark skinned black people against light skinned black people, you know, to see them fight and all that type of stuff. It's all the same thing. We all just black people going at other black people. And we should be able to work out our differences off camera in front of people, and some, I mean, not in front of people. Now, some, if you're just having a legit healthy debate, whatever, cool. But we should not be trying to destroy each other for the enjoyment of just for everybody else to get joy out of it. When we do diss records towards each other, that's cooning. At one point in my life, I enjoyed cooning, Mike.
That's just not hip hop no more.
I
It's
mean,
not the culture of hip hop.
when we're doing diss records, now if we're battling, I mean, that's cool.
Isn't that what diss records is, battling?
Nah, I think diss records are really. I see what you're saying. No. I see what you're saying. I think battling, that's something different, because that's no different than competing. But if we're
That's
really
what diss records are.
But if we're really dissing and trying to end our careers, end each other's careers, if you're a black man, I'm a black man, and I'm trying to end your career, that's cooning. Because we're doing it for record labels that are owned by white
Just
people.
not for the culture of what is existing.
Nah, that's cooning. That's cooning. That's cooning. What Ja Rule and 50 was doing,
That's just not the culture of hip hop no more. Then.
hey man, hey, I just gotta call it what it is. Don't get me wrong.
You see what I'm saying?
I used to enjoy it,
But that's what I'm saying.
but
though,
as I
bro.
grew,
Like,
I mean, you know.
you can always find something in anything. Is my whole thing. Like, that's my biggest thing with all that type of mentality. Like, you can always find something in anything, which I guess is fair if you can always find something in it. But you know, at the end of the day, I just think it's hip hop, the culture of it.
Man, I can't take enjoyment out of a black man trying to hurt another black man. I can't. Not at this stage of my life. I can't.
But that's exactly what I'm saying though. So what goes on in our neighborhoods every day that has nothing to do with white people? I don't understand how doesn't have more effect than racism.
I mean, no, like I say, it's all whack. That's whack.
But you would agree that it has more effect than racism.
Yeah, let's say that.
I was about to say,
let's say
if that's not the case, then we're totally on two different
Yeah,
pages.
let's say that. Yeah.
So that's my whole thing. Like, we don't concentrate on what's more important. We concentrate on things that we can't do nothing about.
No. That's more important. I'll roll with that. We
Yeah.
need to fix ourselves, but at the same time, not forget where all these things stemmed from.
Yeah, but see, you can't do both at the same time, bro.
Well, you could. Hell no. Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, when you talk about racist white folk,
See, Rob, you can't do both at the same time. You can't fix your community and be worrying about racist white folks. You gotta focus on your community.
now you have to be aware of racist white folk, right? Because
I'm saying
that's why your community's jacked
You're
up.
aware, but I'm saying you can't fix both at the same time.
You have to.
Okay.
We're as a black folk, we're in a deficit. We have to, because
Okay.
while we're fixing, racist white people will try to destroy while you're
Okay,
fixing.
that's why you can't fix both at the same time. You have to fix it so that structure can be strong enough when they do try to destroy it.
Mike, you don't think they're gonna try to destroy it while you fix it? If they see
No,
you
that's
organizing,
why you focus on one thing. You can't. You got to understand what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure somebody's listening. They understand what I'm saying. And this is in life, period. If I'm focused on studying, I'm focused on studying. Right? If I got to pass a test, that's my focus. I don't worry about nothing else but passing that test. And when I'm focused on building a business and a brand, that's my focus. I don't move on from that until I accomplish the success I want out of that, or accomplish the goal. So if you're going to focus on rebuilding the community, your focus has to be on rebuilding the community. You can't rebuild the community and worry about what somebody else is doing over here. You can't.
Nah.
And you're taking your focus away.
Now, and that's the thing, Mike. That's the whole point of an attack, Mike. Watch this, Mike. If you're building a house, boom, 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 and somebody comes and they trying to knock down your house while you building it, You just gonna not pay attention to them and keep building your house?
I'm not saying that, but there's always road curves. But my thing is, you still is gonna focus on building that house.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying. You have to
because then what happens when you focus on building a house? Then this knocks it down. Then you focus on this. And then you focus on that. And then you get back to focusing on your house. Then you focus on this again. You're always gonna be back and forth. That's the whole thing.
We're not at a place as a people to where we can only worry about one thing. We're so far behind.
And that's the problem.
That we have to multitask.
And that's the problem. That's honestly the problem.
Hey,
that's honestly the problem.
And
that will always be the problem. That's why I said if that's the case, nothing would ever change.
Hey, that's the problem. But
so nothing would ever change.
If we commit to fixing this problem, we can do it. But everybody has to be. I can't be on this page by myself. Everybody has to do it.
I don't think you're on the page by yourself. Well, I do think you're on the page by yourself. Is when you blame everything on white supremacy and white conspiracy.
No, I don't. No, Mike. I say they have a lot to do with it. I can't blame them. If I go pick up a gun, that's me picking up a gun. If I go pick up crack, that's me picking up crack. But who put this crack in the community? That's all I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Just because somebody put it there don't mean you have to use it.
That's true. But if you're in a community, no, that's true. But if you're in a community to where you don't have the same type of resources as everybody else,
resources has nothing to do with options, C-Rob. Resources that have to do with options, but resources have nothing to do with your choice of you picking up that gun or that crack. Just because you know, like you said, a white person put that in there, like whatever. Hey, it was our choice to smoke it and sell it to each other.
That's true. That's true. At the end of the day,
I never smoked weed a day in my life, and you know that. You can contest to that. Guys, believe it or not, I never smoked weed in their life. But I've been around people who smoke weed every single day. Probably know more about weed than I never even smoked it. But guess what? That's my choice. I never smoked it. It was in me, right there in front of my face. We all have choices, bro. That's an excuse when we blame other people for our choices.
And that's okay. I can roll with that. We all have choices, but at the same time, racist white people contributed to the destruction of our community, and we should never forget that.
But no, I'm not saying that, but I agree with you. That's what I said. That's what I say. Let us not forget. I said that, right?
Yeah, of course.
I said let us not forget, but let us also have the mentality that even though we're not going to forget, let us not let that continue to hold us back.
Oh yeah, of course. Don't let it hold you back.
Nah, that's all I'm saying.
Don't let it hold you back, but we got to build with each other.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
So I think we finally came to an agreement. That's what I've been trying to stress the whole time.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Don't forget. Don't let it hold you back. And for those of y'all that want to accept that $20 bill as something incredible, shout out. Me, I'm not that gassed up about it.
$20 bill anyway.
I'm gonna spend it. Yeah, I was spending the racist money. I got no choice but to spend it.
Exactly.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not finna just hold this thing like it's a championship belt, man. Harriet Tubman meant way more than somebody printing her face on money that was put here, in favor of racist white people, or white supremacy. And on another note, man, it's a lot of black people or younger black people or black people in general who are looking at these $20 bills or the image of these $20 bills with Rosa Parks' face on there, and they're making fun of the way she looks. If you're doing it, I'm sorry, Harriet Tubman. No disrespect. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, you're a fuck up, and you're the type of people that I'm talking about. Okay? Because we need to stick together. How you gonna clown somebody that paved the way for your dumb ass? But anyway, man, that's where I'm at with that, man. Anything else on Harriet Tubman and the $20?
Nah, man. Like I said, I recognize it just as an effort, and I recognize it as a step taken. And you know what I mean? I just feel as if you got to be grateful for any recognition that our black history and black society and black culture is given. You know what I mean? It's that's all it is recognition to me, and I think we all want to be recognized for the greatness that we do, regardless of who's giving us the recognition. Whether it's our culture, whether it's anybody else, the simple fact is that we're getting the recognition, and we're not getting the recognition in a bad spotlight, then I'm good with that.
Okay. Hey, man. Black people, where I'm at, man, black people, we need to stick together. We need to figure our things out. We need to do it. We should take the blueprint of what the Jewish people did and how they came together, built their own thing, to where we don't have to accept anything.
Because the Jewish people don't have the mentality like we have. Granted, they went through the Holocaust, which is as bad as slavery, but it was still a bad thing. They almost got their whole race killed off, majority of their race. And they overcame that.
Okay. And that's
but we still can't overcome the mentality of slavery.
Hey.
And we use that as still an excuse. I don't hear too many. Holocaust people never forgot. True. They never forgot where they come from. They never forgot what they went through. But they also don't let that hold them back anymore. It's I mean, guys, it's 2016.
It's 2016. Let's come together, man. And I believe we're more powerful than the way we're portrayed on TV. That's my whole thing. That's my whole fight. I know some white people are gonna look at me and view me away. If you know you all have your own opinions. If you view me away, you probably missed the whole point. I'm talking about white supremacy. If you don't fall under white supremacy, I'm not talking to you. If you think I'm talking to you, you have a jacked up understanding, and you need to check yourself, because if you think I'm talking to you, you might be down with white supremacy. So that's just something to put on your mind, man. Y'all know what it is. You got anything else on this, man?
Nah, man, that's it, man. I'm done. I think we gave the people enough.
You know what it is, man. The bread tuck. Anything before we go?
Nah, man, that's it, man. Yo, once again, shout out to the city. I'm glad everything's back in control. Y'all know where to follow me at, man. The Young Mogul _ Instagram. Check me out.
Man, y'all know what it is, man. Even though we disagree on damn near
100%
of everything, this dude's a business owner. We shooting this at EK Melange. Come support this black